Check it out. The other curtains didn't open, so it must be the Earl and Rolfe show.
You wish. No chance, my handy little friend.
Hey, so what's going on? Where's everybody else? Why are the curtains closed?
Questions, questions, questions. Well, I happen to have the inside scoop. There are some pretty groovy changes going on behind those curtains.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Like some new faces here at Showbiz.
What kind of faces?
I'll give you a hint. One has big ears,
An elephant.
a long pointed nose,
An anteater.
and wears a red derby hat.
A red derby hat.
Think about it, wise guy, and since it'll take you a year to figure it out,
Give me a
let's take a look at some of the fun we've had over the past couple years. Remember the pizza where Fats made his classical piano debut?
Yeah, Fats is a classic, all right.
Check out the monitors.
I love Mitzi's voice, so where is she anyway?
I think she's probably getting one of those beauty parlor makeovers.
Hey, Fats is the one that needs the makeover. Maybe I could suggest a diet.
Fats thinks big, Earl. Check this out. We'll be back in a few minutes with some more Showbiz highlights.
Big ears, long nose, red derby.
Keep working on it, Earl.
Hey, everybody, it's the Earl Smurl Show with special guest Rolfe Dewolfe.
Wait a minute. It's not your show, Earl. In fact, you'd be nothing without me.
Well, you're nothing without the rest of the Showbiz gang. Where are they anyway?
I told you. Only I know the utterly irrefutable tabloid truth. But here's two more clues. A red vest and a bow tie.
What? Oh, let me see. Big ears, long nose, red derby hat, a red vest, and a bow tie.
That's right.
Oh, rats, I'll never figure this out.
Maybe you know and just don't know you know.
I'm really confused.
Yeah, so what else is new? Here's Fats and Beach Bear with some good old rock and roll. So, Earl, do you remember the Beatles?
Oh, yeah, man. They played at Woodstock.
Afraid not. Your confusion is total. Let's take a look at some of my personal faves from the Beatles, with a little rock and roll for dessert. So does Beach Bear, Earl. Those notes really fly on that wild guitar of his. Remember his great solo on the rock and roll classic from the 60s called Shout?
Yeah, man, that was cool. Let's hear it again.
Roll the tape, and everyone feel free to get up and dance. So Earl, did that rock and roll get you back on track, or is your brain permanently derailed?
I'm still trying to figure out what's going on behind those curtains. How about one more clue?
Well, maybe. When we come back in a few minutes, I think a few cartoons might stimulate your brain cells, if you have any.
I go where you go, pal.
We'll be back in a few. Contrary to what you might have heard from Earl, this is not the Earl and Rolfe show.
So what is it then, Wolfface? Where's Fats and Billy Bob and Mitzi?
I've said it once, I've said it at least twice. Things are changing here at Showbiz. You'll probably see workers moving around those stages, and in a few days, you'll see something totally different.
I need one more clue and I'll have it. Okay, you said big ears, long nose, red derby hat, red vest, and a bow tie. One more clue, just one
Okay,
more.
this is it, so listen carefully. Big teeth.
Big teeth. Big teeth. I think I know.
Hold on. Before you say something really stupid, think about it a little longer. I'm afraid you're going to embarrass yourself.
But I know who you are describing.
It's some wild and crazy sidewalk serpent. And it's bad. Dig it.
Hey, Beefbear, guess what this is?
Oh no, I know what that is. It's the dreaded sidewalk surfboard. Look at those wheels. Ah!
Ready for a little sidewalk surfing with me.
Don't be afraid to try the newest sport around.
Rusty Bun Town.
It's pictured on in every city and town.
You can do the tricks the surfers do. Try a quasi-motor or a cop into now.
Ready for a little sidewalk surfing with me. You know I'm bad. Jump on it. You know I'm bad. You know it. You know I'm bad. Come on. You know. And the whole world has an answer right now. Just tell me once again. Bad. We can change the world tomorrow. It could be a better place. If you don't like what I'm saying, then won't you slap my face because I'm bad. I'm bad. You're on it. You know I'm bad. You know it. You know I'm bad. Come on. You know. And the whole world has an answer right now just to tell you once again. Bad.
Not bad, dude.
Dude rhymes with food, and that's what Fats likes best.
Speaking of rhymes, remember the fun we had with nursery rhymes last year?
I remember that crazy green frog that tried to get a loan from Miss Paddywhack.
Let's reprise that segment with Mitzi making like a star and singing a rhyme sublime in Twinkle Twinkle.
Oh, that's cute. Real cute. Did you just hear some hammering behind the curtain?
It's very possible, Earl, and you still haven't figured out why, have you?
I told you, I figured out what's going on.
Put a lid on it, Earl. I still think you're going to embarrass yourself. We'll be back in a few minutes with some special moments in showbiz history.
And I'll tell you what's going on behind those curtains.
We'll believe it when we hear it, little guy. Hang around, folks.
So, are you ready?
Ready for what?
Ready for me to tell you what's going on behind those curtains?
Go ahead, little Earl, tell us.
Sure, any dummy could figure it out. Big ears, long nose, red derby hat, red vest and bow tie, and big teeth.
You're right, any dummy can figure it out. So?
They're having a birthday party for Mr. Red. You know, the talking mule, big ears, long nose, red birthday derby.
Earl!
What?
You've embarrassed yourself in front of all these people.
It's got to be Mr. Red. It's just got to be. I'm just gonna go over there during the next video and see for myself.
Not without me, you won't. Folks, enjoy 3 more of our favorite showbiz flashbacks, while Earl and I take a little hike. Hey, Earl!
I don't believe it.
Don't believe what?
It was so obvious.
What was obvious?
What's behind those curtains?
Try to recover from the shock, Furface. Tell you what, I'll dedicate our last flashback to you.
What do you mean?
It's about everybody who ever accomplishes anything. They'll have to start out with high hopes and big dreams.
I can't believe I was so dead.
Actually, you're loosely packed, but you are a dreamer. Mr. Director, roll the tape, please. So, Earl, are you gonna tell the folks about the big surprise?
Nah, I'm gonna let them figure it out themselves. After all, it's very obvious.
Funny, I remember you saying something about Mr. Ed.
Never you mind about that. Okay, folks, here it is. Get a picture in your mind. Big ears, long nose, red derby hat, red vest, a bow tie, and big teeth. Got it?
The curtains will open on a whole new showbiz stage in just a few days. So come back for a treat you'll appreciate over and over again.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, what about us? Well, what are we gonna do?
No problem, man. I know a great little room in Tahoe. They're looking for a stand-up act with a dummy.